Hello, this is Debbie with DC Reefs and More with the Out of the Box Rolling Studio collaboration, artist collaboration. This is a box I will be altering for the collaboration. It's worship with the Lord and prayers, and um, and I'm using a Memento cardstock creation paper here and a DCWV tattered time paper here, and each one of them have the bottom ones here have like a vinyl um, apparent texture to them, and the top one has the smooth grain to it. It's like a gloss. It's got a gloss feel to the top one. And so they're both some heavy duty papers that I've applied to it. And I'm just showing you the design of the box here. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to apply to the top of the box. And then from there, and the artwork that I drew, if any of you have followed my channel, you seen or followed me on Facebook, you've seen this drawing that I did. And this is a copy of the drawing, and then I'm going to show you the original drawing here that I did. And so what I'm doing is going to add some buttons and beads and try to make this come to life here on my box. And so I hope y'all enjoy what I come up with here, and I hope you enjoy it. So watch the process as it begins here. Just so notes, as I was doing this, I did learn that you do want to put your big beads down first, your big buttons, your big sequins, your big gemstones, your big pearls, all those, put those down first, and then you're going to come back in and fill in with your seed beads. And I used Eileen's tacky glue, and at first I'm using just the plain Eileen's tacky glue. It always dries clear, so no problem with that. But then I did get the Eileen's tacky glue in the clear, just because it's easier to see what I'm where I'm applying and what I'm doing. And then I also got some glossy accents to use. And the great thing about the glossy accents is it does have the small tip, which allows you to be able to apply it into smaller areas. So if you're able to get, even I would say, the art glitter glue, which gives you the tiny tip that will allow you to put the glue into the areas that you need just for the seed beads, I would recommend do that. The heat gun was not such a great idea because it can melt your beads and buttons and stuff, so I don't recommend using the heat gun through this process. I did it so that I could be able to reach over without touching some of the buttons, because as I was reaching over I would touch them and it would move them. So you have to learn to work in separate areas of the craft, the project, so that you're not getting it in the exact same spots. Now there was and some of these where I would forget to record while I was doing the process, so you'll see it kind of jumps into where I did. The work has progressed quite drastically, so sorry about that. Okay, on this next clip, I'm going to be showing you the me Mod Podging the paper onto the inside of the box. I do apply this Mod Podge liberally. I have watered it down, and so it still worked really good. It was some older Mod Podge, that's why I had watered it down, and so it worked really great. I applied it liberally to the backs of the papers too. Sorry that it got out of frame there with the applying to the papers, and the where you cannot see me applying it to the papers at all times. But as I lined them up, then I used my credit card to go over them and apply the pressure to them, and I used a paper towel and a baby wipe to wipe off any excess. And I say that's what I love about this paper. As I said, it's just like a vinyl on the top. It's very washable, which will be great for the paints and stuff that I'm going to be storing in there. If there's any was to get on it, it will be able to be washed off. And so, and I love the gears and the stuff on it. This is again a cardstock paper that's by Mementa, and it's got that texture to it of vinyl. Really like the creation from this. And then the Tattered Time from DC WV, I think it's called. That is on the top of it that I had applied already. So, so I get the inside in it completed with this, applying all of the sides to it. That's this clip here is applying all of that, and I use a little medicine cup to pour the Mod Podge in, and then apply to the back of it, and then I let it set overnight to cure and dry. And actually that piece there got a piece of glue that was stuck from one of the pearl backs that was sitting there, that I had to get out from underneath it, and was very lucky I got it out because it stuck instantly. And that's why I had painted around the edges with the purple, is so that anything that had some areas that would show through would only show the purple instead of the box. So if there was any gaps in the paper. On this next clip, it's going to show you, I'm trying to show you the top of the box. I'm sorry that I didn't record that what I apply to the top. It's um, one of those days when you forgot to hit record. It's the embellishments that I apply to the edge of it, and the red, the maroon, white, and blue flowers came from Daiso, and the black one came from Dollar Tree. I have some doilies that came from Donna Little that are under there, um, and some trim that came from Elizabeth, and with Crafty Devotion, and then the mermaid pin, and the the other with the it's never too old to be to never too old to for to dream of wishes. That's something into that effect. I'll have to type that in. Um, anyway, those that came from Hobby Lobby, but I wish I had recorded that, and so y'all could have seen me apply that. And then I go on to start applying the seed beads. I do manage to get the whole right side of the hair done and the face done on the right side. So y'all can see how this turns out by doing this side, and it's very tedious work. And I said I do love these small pointed tweezers that I had gotten from my mother. They really did help make a big difference. I was trying to use my Stampin' Up! Um, device to help pick up the pearls and stuff with, but it just would not keep tacky. It kept losing its tackiness, so I don't think that was as an effective tool on this situation. Um, I use lots of different Dollar Tree beads, sequins, gems, and buttons. A lot of the buttons came from Dollar Tree. And then also purchased several from Hobby Lobby that are on here. And I would definitely say the little containers that with the square container there, and I've got some of the round containers that came from Dollar Tree were great. The glass containers, the new glass containers they have in the craft outlet section are absolutely perfect. But I had some little plastic ones that the lid is hard to get off, which I would not recommend those, because going to open those, the seed beads went flying everywhere. So those I wouldn't recommend. But the new glass ones are perfect for this. And can't wait to get it finished for y'all. Here's one tip I can give you. I figured out that shaking the seed beads onto the glue does not work. Put them in your hand like I'm doing there, and then apply them in small sections, and you can move them around with the tweezers as I did there. Just a pointer tip. Okay, here I'm going to show you. I'm putting inside the box. These are the small paint sticks. They're what I'm using to put the dividers of the paints, making them too high so as to fill it in. And I end up getting 5 rows of this. So this is my Delusion paints, which is some of my favorite paints. I love the brightness and the colors of them, and so I love to do stenciling and work with them, work in journals, and so that's what this is going to be, my Delusion box. So you see, and so anyone can do this. The paint sticks fit perfectly in there, and then I'm going to stain them and glue them in there. So I didn't want to do that now, but I wanted y'all to see what I'm going to be doing with the box that will be completed in the second part. I'm going to go back and put some more beads in, trying to get as many of the beads on, realizing that I'm getting crunched on time, and I wanted y'all to at least see one side complete. And so I do get to the right side completed, and you'll see that in the video. As I said, I'm going to, like, if I've got pink in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and finish what I have with pink, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going through in each color and putting some colors in, so you can see how the colors look when you put these the seed beads and stuff in between the buttons. And it really does. And the extras that you put in, your extra bling. In the last 5 minutes or so here of the video, you're going to see I'm still applying a lot of, doing a lot of beadwork here. I switched over to using the glossy accents because it had the smaller tip to allow me to get into certain smaller areas with the beads. Definitely, if you can get a glue with the fine tip point, it would be real helpful. But as you can, even though that's only 5 minutes with the video, I've speeded up the video times 8 just so you can see how much work is put into this. It actually took me over 3 hours, 4 hours just in beadwork that it's there. So it's a long, tedious process. So if you're going to take on a task like this, be prepared that for a long time. But it's definitely enjoyable, and as I said, I still have only one side done, so I still have more work to do, and we'll be doing a part 2 of a completion. And so please join my channel. Sorry for the delay. Tried to get it completed last night and just learning editing, and didn't get it completed, but thanks to Stephanie with the Rolling Studio, she's still going to allow me to post this on the Out of the Box collaboration. And again, sorry for the delay, just getting into the hang of doing these things, and we'll hopefully be in the next collaboration when it goes live on time. So thanks folks, and bear with me as I'm learning to do these crafts and these projects and becoming a new YouTube user. Please subscribe and like and join me for my next part of it, part 2. And stay with me as I continue to grow and learn how to do better. God bless everyone, and thank you for watching.